In today's video, Martin gets some paint. We are in the middle of rescuing Martin, the Subaru Impreza from the Grand Tour. We picked him up from a secret compound, stripped his Martini wrap off so he was back to blue, and have been down at Japanese car specialist Torque GT to get him roadworthy once again. When we were last here, we took off the front and rear bumper to see what car we were working with underneath. There was some rust, but nothing too catastrophic at all. There was the usual wheel arch stuff, which we cracked straight on with grinding back, cutting it out and getting new metal in. There was some unexpected rust at the front, down here near the front subframe. Since we've been away, our man Steve has got straight in there, cut out the crap, there's new metal in, and it's back Subaru blue now. A nice quick job, and I think that's really the ethos of this build with Martin. We don't want to make him an absolute minter. He's already a decent car, but the aim is just to get him back presentable and back on the road doing what he was always made to do. In today's video, we're going to be cracking on with getting some paint on the car. So the rear arches are now nicely prepped and good to go, and I have heard that there have been some new parts arriving in the last few days. Filming with the Subaru has definitely got me catching the Scooby bug. I quite fancy one of my own now, probably a much later WRX STI. If you guys have had similar thoughts, then before you buy a second-hand car, today's video sponsor, Car Vertical, is the perfect tool to make sure you don't buy a dud. By typing in a car's registration or VIN number into Car Vertical, you will get a full comprehensive report on the vehicle's history to see whether it's ever been stolen, been in an accident, has any outstanding finance on it, or if the mileage has ever been clocked. You can also check your own car in Car Vertical to make sure it's never been hiding anything from you. Let's say the thought of a flat 4 engine is slightly too scary, but you still want a performance car legend, so you opt for a Mark V Golf GTI. And you come across this one here. The report says it has green ticks in mileage, theft and finance, so we're fine there, but there is an amber warning in the accident section. By now, you guys will know what is coming. Scrolling down, here's all the history of the car, all its MOT passes. It was registered in 2007. That mileage graph looks nice and sensible. Then you reach the damage section, and it says that the car has been in 2 accidents, one in 2018 and another in 2020, both potentially writing off the car. That's not good. And what's great about these reports is you get to see the photos. Look at the state of this thing from that 2020 crash. It has had a massive front end and side impact, so it possibly went into a spin and did a bit of a nasty ricochet. Any front end crash structure has been obliterated. The wheels are going in all sorts of directions. That's a big one. Now imagine coming across this car, fixed and back on the marketplace, and you bought it not knowing it had been in this big a crash. To stop that from happening, use our discount code DRIVETRIBE or click our exclusive link in the description below when using Car Vertical to get 10% off. Thank you to Car Vertical for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to Martin. Let's have a look at what's arrived then, starting with the front bumper, completely fresh, and it's now already been prepped for paint. And then here, these are some new decals. Subaru Technica International. We'll have that. Some new badges. What's this one here? New STI badge. That's gonna be so satisfying to put back on. Got a new Subaru badge for the front. When you see that printed on the side of your box, you know you've got the good stuff. What's in here? Oh, I know what this is. Look at that. Fresh fog light covers that fit into there. I want to be the person that pops those into place. Oh, that's lovely. The other stuff here is stuff that's come off the car that's been prepped for paint. So we've got the fuel flap, we've got our door handles there, and then this was probably the part that was affected the worst by the wrap coming off. This is the bonnet scoop from the Subaru. It's now all rubbed back and good to get Subaru blue again. Now, this sunny boy here is very important. There were two things stopping Martin from being road legal in the UK, and that was the studded tyres and the lack of a cat. So this has come from Japan. It's an STI8 cat, and in the post is the rest of the exhaust system, which will come from HKS. That one on the car is just far too loud, so hopefully this sounds burbly enough for Hammond. Another thing that's in the post is the V-Limited decals for the rear wing, because it's been annoying everyone here seeing the remnants of them, so let's get them back in place. Now that we've taken this off, there's actually some final bits of Martini wrap still on the car, so let's get them off. I love seeing coats 2 and 3 go on the car. When that initial coat goes on, you can still see it's just sitting on top of the primer, but then coats 2 and 3 really bed in the colour. It's still that dull blue, and there'll be lacquer coats that go on top of it now to really bring out that sparkle, but it's already looking amazing. So we have our Subaru YouTube project next door, and this is Torque GT's Subaru YouTube project. Paul, you're the senior technician here. Tell us all about Project P1. What is this?
Basically, we came across it, bit of a neglected sort of car.
Okay.
Came across it and we bought it up and thought we'd do like a ground-up restoration on it and bring it back to its full potential. So.
Okay, so fundamentally, in terms of the top class Subarus, in my head, there's the P1 and the 22B, but I'm not sure kind of what's the difference there. Tell us, what is a P1, what is a 22B, and why is this special?
Okay, yeah, so obviously the 22B was the rally-bodied version, so it had the wide arches, it had the 2.2 engine instead of the normal 2 litre.
And they're super valuable, right?
Yep, major money. And then obviously it's a 2-door coupe version, not a 4-door classic Impreza saloon.
Yes.
So obviously they made it, you know, like, so then this one originated from the Type R JDM version.
Sure.
And then they brought it over and ProDrive made the P1 from a Type R.
Okay.
So they upgraded certain bits, changed other bits and made it what it is.
Okay, so are we talking like 50, 60 grand for one of these?
I would have thought top sort of area for one would be somewhere around there, yeah,
okay.
For a clean example.
Okay, and is it just a restoration, or is there going to be some resto modding as well? Is that part of the package?
It's like sort of Resto Mod Plus, so we're kind of just taking stuff, you know, and replating everything and making it as best it can be. A little bit better than it would have been, obviously, like painting it underneath, where originally it wouldn't have been completely painted gloss, you know, the shiny finish underneath and stuff. So getting that little bit extra, I guess.
And your engine's next door, that looks immaculate, and the gearbox is just over there. Are they upgraded at all, or is that just cleaning up?
No, it's basically, we've had them like vapor blasted, we've taken all the bolts out and had them re-zinc plated, and, you know, obviously it's going to be like new clutch, new everything else. But yeah, so we're slowly going through it all and restoring it back as best we can with what we've got and what we can get hold of.
Okay, and this has been our YouTube series, so there's, what, 11, 12 episodes so far that you guys can go check out. We'll put the links below. Yeah,
so we've had, obviously, the episodes going out, but obviously we've had a bit of a delay in some bits external.
Project cars, right?
And it's unfortunately just held us up, and we're still waiting to try and get the next episode out.
Okay, and is this a service that Torque GT will put to customers? Like, can they bring their P1s and get the same service as this?
I wouldn't say no. I'd say at the end of the day, we're probably open to anything like that. So yeah, it's a possibility. If someone out there wants that done, why not?
But not cheap.
No, I can't imagine this would be cheap, but I'm sure people that have got these sort of things can appreciate how much money they've got in it, and if they want it like this, then they see it as a, you know, a future investment, isn't it?
So this is the resident dog here at Torque GT called Boris. He's very excited because he really likes Honda S2000s, especially the Type S over there. Boris, we've got 3 Japanese cars on the DRIVETRIBE channel now. We've got my Japanese Jag XKR, Richard's Subaru, and Yuki, the Suzuki as well. Which one is your favorite? Ooh, I don't need teeth. I just want an answer. I think that was the Subaru. Right, okay, sit. Good boy. And he's off to check out the Honda. All Martin needed now was a couple of coats of lacquer to finish off his new paint job. Today has been another super productive day with the Grand Tour Subaru. The welded bits are now back painted blue, and all the other bits to go back on the car are now baking in the oven. It will not be long before Martin is a handsome Impreza once again. In the next video, we'll be putting all of the pieces of the puzzle back together, along with another couple of cool bits here and there, before getting the car back to Richard. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I've been Mike, and don't forget to subscribe to DRIVETRIBE.